Can you imagine riding a Harley-Davidson that not only disappoints on the road, but also becomes a real mechanical nightmare? Today, we dive into the world of the iconic brand's 20 worst engines, revealing stories of failures, recalls, and disappointments. From the classic 883 Evolution to the controversial 131 Screamin Eagle, each engine has a narrative that can surprise even the most ardent motorcycling fans. Get ready, because this journey will challenge your vision of what it means to be part of the Harley legend. We start our list at number 20, Harley-Davidson 883 Evolution. Introduced in 1986, the 883 Evolution engine received both praise and criticism. For some, it was a chance to enter the Harley world, but others felt the vibe didn't match the brand's legacy. Have you ever ridden one? What did you think? With a classic 883cc V2 in design, the 883 Evolution is an icon. But does this engine live up to expectations? It made many lovers of the brand dream, but it also left something to be desired in terms of power. This engine can last between 80,000 to 100,000 kilometers if well cared for. But don't be fooled. Many felt the pain of overheating. Did you know that this can turn a smooth ride into an unexpected breakdown? The 883 Evolution welcomed new riders into the Harley universe, but not without controversy. The constant recalls for mechanical failures have raised questions. Is it true that an engine can be a gateway and a headache at the same time? At number 19, Harley-Davidson 1200 Sportster, an evolution of the 883 model. The 1200 Sportster emerged in the 2000s, but left many without the expected excitement. Harley purists weren't attracted, and the engine didn't win hearts like its predecessors. With 2 valves per cylinder, 70 horsepower, and 1,200cc displacement, the 1200 Sportster limited motorcyclists' expectations. The performance looked promising on paper, but on the track, the reality was different. One of the biggest drawbacks of this model, the infamous oil spills. Countless owners report failures before 50,000 kilometers, leaving many wondering how could an industry icon fail so early. Despite the complaints, the 1200 Sportster remains one of the best-selling models for new motorcyclists. Harley's appeal is strong and, even with its flaws, the passion for 2 wheels still speaks louder. At number 18, Harley-Davidson Twin Cam 88. Launched in 1999, the Twin Cam 88 was Harley's bold attempt to modernize its iconic engine lineup. A new era has begun, but has the engine managed to meet fans' expectations? With its 2-cylinder design, the Twin Cam 88 produces up to 75 horsepower and has a sound that will make any heart skip a beat. But can noise hide hidden problems? Unfortunately, many users have faced bearing problems. This engine had an average lifespan of just 60,000 kilometers before requiring significant repairs. Could this be the price that motorcyclists paid for modernity? Despite the challenges, the Twin Cam 88 is seen as an easy engine to modify. Customizers love its versatility, but is it enough to erase the flaws that have become legend? No. Number 17, Harley-Davidson Twin Cam 96. Replacing the famous Twin Cam 88, the 96 was designed to offer more torque and power, but did he really deliver on what he promised? This is a question that many motorcyclists ask themselves to this day. With a displacement of 1,584cc and an air cooling system, the Twin Cam 96 looks like a powerful beast. However, this ferocity comes at a price, and many have found this out the hard way. Despite the improved performance, overheating problems began to haunt the owners. Imagine hitting the road and suddenly feeling your engine screaming for help. It's anything but fun. And as if that weren't enough, a string of recalls were issued due to oil pump failures. This combination of flaws has caused many to call the 96 a walking bomb. Would you have the courage to fly one of them? At number 16, Harley-Davidson 110 Screamin Eagle. Launched in 2006, the 110 Screamin Eagle promised excitement for motorcyclists who wanted more power. But did he comply, or did he just increase frustration? At 1,803cc, the engine delivers a respectable 115 horsepower. But the question remains, is it worth the maintenance price to have this power? Unfortunately, many users have reported oil seal problems, a real nightmare that resulted in premature wear. Could this be Harley magic or just an engineering error? Despite all the problems, 110 Screamin Eagle gained a cult following. They still believe in the legend, even though they know this engine is more known for its flaws than its power. At number 15, Harley-Davidson 107 Milwaukee 8. Presented in 2016, the Milwaukee 8 arrived promising a new era for motorcycle lovers. Could this be Harley's answer to the call for superior performance and economy? A change that was as expected as it was controversial. With an impressive 1,745cc under the tank, this engine aimed for 85 horsepower and an innovative mixed cooling system. Could this be the magic formula for a perfect trip? Only time would tell, and it brought surprises, to say the least. But the truth emerged. Reports of transmission failures began to spread like wildfire, and soon the 50,000 kilometers mark turned into a milestone of concern. Would the Milwaukee 8 be the disappointment everyone feared? Although the cooling systems surprised by their design, the Milwaukee 8 still encountered sharp criticism. In the end, his reputation was more tarnished than shine. And would you have the courage to ride it on your next adventure? At number 14, Harley-Davidson 114 Milwaukee 8. Even with improvements, the 114 Milwaukee 8 did not escape criticism. Heir to the problems of the previous model, it raised more than one eyebrow among owners who expected a real advance in quality from the iconic brand. With an impressive 1,868cc, the 114 offers up to 90 horsepower. But is this power enough to keep Harley lovers happy? The answer might surprise you, especially when you look at its actual performance on the road. Unfortunately, reports of damage to internal parts quickly emerged, especially in intensive use situations. This raised the question, did the engineers really test this beast as they should before launch? The launch of the 114 was celebrated as a major milestone for Harley, but performance reviews were quick to arrive. This contrast has left many saying, how can a legend have such a problematic engine? At number 13, Harley-Davidson 131 Screamin Eagle. Launched in 2020 as a performance engine, the 131 Screamin Eagle has become a true nightmare for many. Although it promised power and excitement, its constant failures left many bikers disappointed and angry. With an impressive 2,145cc and up to 125 horsepower, the 131 delivers a massive amount of torque. However, the promises don't translate into actual experience, leaving many to wonder if the adrenaline is worth the risk of failure. The first few years were marked by serious problems, such as backlash resulting in abnormal wear. Several reports from owners indicate that the engine behaved more like a scratch than a true steel horse. Despite its flaws, the 131 won over a legion of customers. With its performance potential, many still see it as a rare gem, capable of offering thrills, even if its reliability leaves something to be desired. At number 12, Harley-Davidson 45 cubic inch flathead. The Harley-Davidson 45 cubic inch flathead carries a significant legacy, but its durability is a tale of horror for many fans. If you are looking for power and resistance, you may want to stay away from this relic that was left in the past. At 750cc and an air-cooled design, this engine is the definition of simplicity, but don't let looks fool you. The lack of modernity may surprise those who expect something more robust on today's roads. The reports are clear. Many motorcyclists have faced the harsh reality that these engines usually fail before 40,000 kilometers. A promise of adventure that can end in frustration and on the side of the road. Although the 45 cubic inch flathead has a place in Harley history, reliability is not its strong suit. If you're looking for a machine that can take a beating, it's best to leave this engine in the museum. No numero 11 Harley-Davidson 61 cubic inch. Released in 1936, Knucklehead shined on the road stages, but it wasn't a smooth ride. Known for its incredible classic lines, it hid flaws that would leave even the most dedicated motorcyclists in trouble. With a displacement of 1000cc, this engine was revolutionary, bringing a new level of power to motorcycle lovers. But was the fame worth the headache that owners faced after every turn of the accelerator? Despite its iconic look, the Knucklehead is famous for its valve failures. What could be an exciting race often turns into a mechanical nightmare, leaving bikers asking, is this really what I bought? Although it's considered a beloved classic, the Knucklehead isn't the best choice for everyday use. Its vintage charm enchants, but constant trips to the repair shop can make you wonder if the beauty is worth the cost of repairs. At number 10, Harley-Davidson Chevelthead. Introduced in 1966, the Chevelthead engine was met with a wave of criticism. From the beginning, pilots complained about its unreliable performance. Stay tuned, because this story is far from just one passing along the way. With a displacement of 1200 cc, the shovelhead had uneven performance, varying drastically from year to year. For some, it was a dream on wheels. For others, a true illusion. Can you guess how this ended? As soon as the first 30,000 kilometers were completed, some owners were faced with serious problems. Electronic failures and overheating were just the tip of the iceberg. Have Harley lovers accepted this disaster? Despite having a legion of passionate fans, the shovelhead is often remembered as one of Harley's worst engines. His reputation as a walking bomb haunts him to this day. Would you still have the courage to ride a At number 9, Harley-Davidson Beatwin. The Harley-Davidson Beatwin may have been an icon, but make no mistake, its updates have been almost non-existent since it first appeared. Problems began to appear when the owners realized that the engine's durability left a lot to be desired. With an aluminum engine block and 1450 cc displacement, the Beatwin promised performance. However, this engine did not offer the expected robustness. The lightness of aluminum, despite being attractive, brought a question mark: how long would it last? After 25,000 kilometers, many users faced serious problems with internal components, revealing that the riding experience became a journey of frustration. Who would have thought that this promising-looking machine would become a walking bomb? Initially, the Beatwin seemed like a brilliant idea. But as the kilometers piled up, his true face revealed itself. A mix of charm and calamity. A tribute to what could have been, and a legacy that made some bikers cry. At number 8, Harley-Davidson 63 cubic inch flathead. The 63 cubic inch Harley-Davidson used in World War II wasn't exactly the ferocious machine it was expected to be. In combat, its reliability left something to be desired, becoming an additional challenge for soldiers on the front line. With a displacement of 1000 cc and an archaic design, this engine seemed like a relic compared to powerful modern engines. He was truly a piece of history, but his performance left a lot to be desired on the road. Reports abound about how poorly this engine performed under adverse weather conditions. Rain, cold or extreme heat, it would fail, compromising its durability and putting the safety of pilots at risk. Although it has an emotional meaning for many, this engine has proven to be fragile in several situations. A true disappointment dear to the hearts of Harley lovers, who expected more from their iconic brand. At number 7, Harley-Davidson 74 cubic inch panhead. Launched in 1948, the panhead introduced some mechanical innovations, but was overshadowed by design flaws that left many motorcyclists frustrated. After all, how could Harley get her classic recipe wrong? With a displacement of 1200 cc, the panhead promised power of 60 horsepower. But claiming power doesn't mean real delivery, right? He left many drivers guessing, expecting more than he could actually offer. Many owners faced overheating problems with this engine, and curiously, they didn't go more than 50,000 kilometers without experiencing breakdowns. That's right, a real heartbreak for those who love speed. While it's beloved for its iconic aesthetics, the panhead's reliability often sparks heated debate. Some people love it, but others just remember the mechanical headaches it caused. At number 6, Harley-Davidson 45. The Harley-Davidson 45 was used in several applications, but its reputation did not live up to the legend. With a performance that fell short of expectations, it never stood out as the dream engine for two-wheel lovers. With a displacement of 750 cc and a simple design, the 45 looked promising. However, the lack of innovation has left many drivers feeling like they are riding a relic, not an icon. Problems began to appear when demands increased. Under heavy use, the engine failed to show lasting impressions, leaving many riders on the side of the track frustrated. Although considered an icon in Harley's history, the 45 failed to keep up with the demands of modern roads, which made many fans wonder if it was time to retire the old warrior. At number 5, Harley-Davidson XR1200. Released in 2008, the Harley-Davidson XR1200 looked promising but was quickly scrapped. Motorcyclists complained about complicated maintenance, making many wonder if Harley had strayed from its legacy of simplicity. With a robust 1200cc V-twin engine, the XR1200 promises power, 90 horsepower, to be exact. But does this strength justify the headaches many have faced in maintaining it? The performance was overshadowed by complaints. Unfortunately, hundreds of engines failed before even reaching 30,000 kilometers. Nothing is more frustrating for a motorcyclist than investing in an engine that behaves like a time bomb, counting down the days until the next visit to the mechanic. The XR120 was a bold departure, aiming to add a new line to the iconic brand. However, instead of innovation, it brought a series of problems, an attempt to reinvent itself that, in practice, proved to be a true mechanical nightmare. At number 4, Harley-Davidson V-Rod. The Harley-Davidson V-Rod promised to be a landmark, but drivers quickly discovered that its durability left something to be desired. A real disappointment that everyone talked about on the roads. How did something so innovative become a mechanical trap? With a 1130cc water-cooled engine, the V-Rod was a promise of power and performance. However, exterior beauty did not translate into reliability. Would you take a chance on a machine that failed frequently? Problems with the cooling system have become a distressing routine for owners. Who would have thought that an engine with so much promise would be so prone to failure? A real walking bomb under the shine of chrome. Despite its admirable aesthetics and bold design, few have managed to go more than 70,000 kilometers without facing serious problems. The V-Rod may have been a temporary icon, but for many, it was an experience that fell far short of expectations. Now, we come to our top 3 on our list. Harley-Davidson 90 cubic inch Big Twin. The legendary 90 cubic inch Big Twin engine is an icon beloved by fans, but it carries an unexpected weight. Its structural flaws. Behind its powerful roar lies a real challenge for mechanics and owners. With 1450cc under the tank, this engine promised power but often failed to deliver. In a straight line or in curves, many felt disappointed, leading to comparisons with a small feline rather than a strong bull. After driving around 40,000 kilometers, problems start to appear like a ghost on a dark night. Expensive and unexpected maintenance became routine, and many asked themselves, was the investment in this foolish mechanic worth it? Amid a steady recovery, many motorcyclists have decided to put their bikes up for sale, frustrated with their performance. In racing, the Big Twin reputation became a joke, with some giving up competing even before the checkered flag. At number 2, Harley-Davidson 50 cubic. The Harley-Davidson 50 cubic inch has been marred by design flaws since its release. Motorcyclists soon realized that this engine did not live up to expectations, becoming an example of what should not be done on a motorcycle. With just 750cc, many considered the engine weak and unable to withstand the rigors of the roads. It was a disappointment for fans of the brand who expected power and performance, but received an engine that struggled to accelerate. User reports were alarming. Many engines did not reach 35,000 kilometers before experiencing critical failures. This fragility caused shaky confidence among motorcyclists who expected durability from their Harleys. The 50 cubic inch became a symbol of everything that could go wrong with motorcycles at the time. Nicknamed the Walking Bomb, its devastating reputation dogged Harley-Davidson for years, leaving its mark on motorcycling history. And now, first on our list, Harley-Davidson 10 cubic inch. The Harley-Davidson 10 cubic inch is a clear example of how design mistakes can be fatal. With rushed production, there was no time to correct flaws, resulting in an engine that left many motorcyclists dissatisfied. At just 162cc, this engine was quickly remembered as one of Harley's smallest. By today's standards, it's almost a curiosity, but at the time, it represented a disappointment on the tracks and roads. Considered by many to be an experimental project, the 10 cubic inches durability fell short of expectations. Its poor performance caused many to view it more as a whim than a true powerhouse. The service life of this engine was so brief that few survivors exist. Most have disappeared into the shadows of time, becoming a kind of urban legend among collectors and motorcycle lovers. What's up, guys? After exploring these problematic Harley-Davidson engines, it's clear that not all that glitters is gold. Which of these engines is your favorite? Or do you know of any other engines that should be on this list? Leave your opinion in the comments, like the video and subscribe to the channel for more incredible content like this. And don't forget to activate the bell so you don't miss any news.